It's hot.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Tuesday, August 11, 2026 regularly scheduled City Commission meeting for the City of Henderson, Kentucky. If you would, please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can we have a call for attendance, please?
Commissioner Pruitt.
Here.
Commissioner Vowles. Commissioner Hargis. Present. Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
Mayor Staten.
Here. Just wanted to take this opportunity to welcome Commissioner Vowles back up to the commission. We appreciate having you today. Yes, sir. All right. First up on the agenda is a recognition of new employees.
Yes, so if I could invite Chief Bowen, and I believe we have 5 new police officers to recognize this afternoon. So if they want to join Chief Bowen at the podium as well, please.
First, I'm going to apologize. I've got a cheat sheet, and Bob Schultz is back here running his mouth about how he wouldn't have had that cheat sheet. So I threatened to have him come up and do it. But so I asked each one of them just give me a little bio of what they wanted. So some are a little bit longer than others. The short ones, it's because that's all they told me. It's not that I'm undervaluing them. So Trey Hocker down the end, he's from Henderson, came to us from the Henderson County Detention Center. So we're thrilled to have him.
Welcome.
Next up is, or do you guys have, you want me to stop individually?
No, just run right through them.
Okay. Ron Falk, born and raised in Germany, retired as a lieutenant EMT with the Madisonville Fire Department after serving 20 years with them. He's been married 14 years, has 2 kids, and he was telling us that his dad was on the Madisonville Police Department, and he had always wanted to be a police officer, but they had a nepotism policy back then, so he couldn't. That's why he went to fire. And so he's retired from fire and said, I've always wanted to be a police officer, so I want to give it a whirl. So glad to have him here to give it a shot. Kyle Kirk, right behind me, from Elberfeld, worked as a mail carrier for the past 16 years and just said he had always wanted to be a police officer, so he's given it a go. And he's married with 3 girls. Next up is Chad Gaddings, and you guys may recognize Chad. About 2 months ago, a friend of his got an award here for rescuing somebody out of a car on fire at a gas station.
Oh, yeah.
And he was standing in the back with him, had on a fire department uniform. He was a firefighter from McCutcheonville, but he's from Evansville, married with 2 kids. And then a side note that he didn't say, but he also worked part-time at St. Vincent's Hospital for my old assistant chief in Evansville. And he was telling me what a still he is for us and how great he's going to be. So glad to have you on board.
Awesome.
And then lastly is Jake Nelson. Jake's from Henderson, said he always wanted to be an officer, worked at Gibbs, and has left there to come be a part of our police department. So I think we got a pretty good crew. They're all jabbing each other and kind of joking, so I think they're forming a good little team already. So glad to have them aboard.
Good deal. Welcome to Henderson.
Yeah, welcome aboard.
If I could, actually I would like to start with you. If each of you could go down the row and tell us the one thing above all else that drew you to work for Henderson Police Department. It would be nice to hear. We like to hear that stuff from time to time.
I'm born and raised here, grew up here, moved back here after college, and it's small town, so if there's anything I can do to take care of it.
Awesome. Thank you. What about you?
About doing it this department?
Yeah. Why specifically did you want to come work for Henderson Police Department?
Well, it was a short drive for me. I live in Madisonville.
Yep.
Been there since '96. Came from Germany. And I thought it'd be a good idea to police somewhere else, first of all. My dad was a police officer in Madisonville for a little bit. And then, like I said, I served the community for Madisonville for over 20 years. So I wanted to continue serving a community.
Good deal. What about you?
Get back to the community where I was born and raised, and what better place than Henderson.
That's right.
Awesome. That's a great answer. What about you, sir?
I'm gonna say benefits.
Yeah.
And got a good chief over here.
Good.
That's right. Good answer.
I get one.
Piggyback on him, basically, this man here, I've been following him since Evansville, and it's just, I just wanted to, go somewhere where he was gonna do good things, for the city. So.
Good deal. Well, we've got a wonderful department, and it's wonderful to have you guys. We appreciate so much what you're going to be doing for the community, very much. So thank you. Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Chief, before you leave, we got a question. Now, what does that bring you at on full staff? How much are we short?
I think we got 5 more, Bob, but we've got more in the pipeline leaving. So I know we've got some more leaving this fall. We got one at the end of this month retiring. Eric Ramsey's about to leave. So this puts us 5 short, but I think we're probably going to end up being 8 or maybe 9 by the time we get to the Christmas break. So it's a constant struggle. So if anybody in here knows anybody else, send them our way. We're always hiring, and if you guys have any friends, send them our way. So,
Well, you guys got a great chief to work for.
thank you.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Good deal. Thanks, guys.
You guys are pretty good.
And that is all the new employees we have for this afternoon.
All right. Next up, if I could have Brian Williams and anybody that's here to support Brian Williams to come up to the podium, please, to receive a recognition for your service.
Today, we are honored to celebrate an extraordinary milestone, 25 years of service dedicated by Brian Williams. Brian began his career with the city on July 30th, 2001 as a crew worker in the Public Works Department. Through hard work, dedication, and strong leadership, he was promoted to sanitation superintendent in November 2006. In June 2015, he was appointed Public Works Director, a position he continues to serve with professionalism, integrity, and excellence. Throughout his career, Brian has consistently gone above and beyond the responsibilities of his role. As Public Works Director, he has earned numerous professional certifications, including the prestigious Roadmaster and Road Scholar certifications, and he has maintained landfill certifications through the Commonwealth of Kentucky. His commitment to professional development reflects his dedication to providing exceptional service to our community. In recognition of his contribution to the Commonwealth, Brian was named a Kentucky Colonel in 2007. He has also demonstrated a strong commitment to community service through his involvement in several local organizations, including serving as past president and current board member of the Henderson Tennis Club. Brian and his wife, Donita, have been married 33 years. Together, they have twins, Curtis Williams and Brianna Cessna, and they are the proud grandparents of 5 grandchildren, Jay Cessna, Mia Cessna, Garrett Williams, and newborn twins, Colin and Tucker Williams. Brian, thank you for your 25 years of outstanding service, your unwavering professionalism, and your steadfast commitment to the city and the Public Works Department. Your leadership, dedication, and countless contributions have made a lasting impact on our organization and our community. Today is our privilege to recognize this remarkable milestone with the presentation of your 25-year service award pin. Congratulations, and thank you for everything that you do.
Brian, on behalf of the city, just want to say thank you for your 25 years, and thank you for your service to the city. Known you for a long time now, and you have always been just an exemplary employee, a great department head, and an invaluable person here at the city and the state. And hopefully we'll have you for as long as you'll stay here. I don't want to talk to you about retirement dates, so don't even mention that. But here's your pen. And then here's a bag full of stuff that I do not know what's in it, but I know it's going to be good for you. Yeah. And if you would like, if you want to say a few words to the commission, you're welcome to. And if you guys want to hang out, we're going to grab a quick picture after he gets done talking.
Okay. Well, as you know, I don't usually speak a lot, but I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity. So first of all, I'd like to thank my wife, especially for all the years that she's put up with countless phone calls through the night, on weekends, on vacation. She even has pictures of me on vacation on the phone, work calls, she said. So, and my children, Brianna and Curtis, they've been diligent about letting me do what I need to do when things are going on. Of course, all the grandkids. I got a new tennis partner now, another generation coming up. So, but I want to especially thank them for it. It is a tough position and it takes a lot of time and a lot of hours. I want to thank the city of Henderson for giving me the opportunity. When my children were young, I needed to find something with benefits. My sister was already working here, and she suggested that I look at the city as an opportunity for benefits. So I followed her advice and wound up coming to the city, and it's worked out well for me. I've moved up through the ranks from crew worker to eventually becoming director of the department. So I thank the city and their trust in me to handle the city's finances, make decisions for the city daily, and so I appreciate that opportunity, and hope it worked out well for you guys too. I also like to just mention that Public Works has worked really hard over the last several years making connections with all the city departments, everything in the city, as well as vendors that we work with throughout the year. So I think we have a really good working relationship with everyone in the city. So we do the best we can to help anyone that needs help. And then kind of in that same note, and this goes for like county government, state government as well, so I think we're all on the same page. We've also gone, in my mind, we've gone above and beyond to help the residents of Henderson. We've helped them with a lot of issues, maybe some of the things we probably shouldn't have done, but we've done it anyway. So, I mean, I think the citizens appreciate that. A lot of times we only hear the negative from the Facebooks and all that stuff, but that's why I tell my wife I'm not doing Facebook, so I don't hear any of it, I don't see any of it, I don't really care. I do what I think I need to do, and we move on. So sometimes she tells me some stuff that, yeah, whatever. But anyway, so, and I'm not too, I'll even get commissioners to help drag barrels down the street if need be, whatever it takes.
Got it open though.
And not to do last, but I want to thank all the past and current Public Works employees. Without those employees, this is just a position. We can't get anything done. So without all their help, you know, we couldn't have gotten done with what we do, and it makes me look good for what they do. So anyway, it's a team effort. So appreciate it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks. You did a lot.
Thank you for everything you do.
Iced on.
How are you? Good deal. I know some of you want to do it this time.
All right, you're gonna have to switch it because I can't get everybody. All right, here we go. 3, 2. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Brian, thank you for everything. I know.
I say that would be me.
I know,
Hey, the one statement you made, you said you've done some stuff that we probably shouldn't have done. You picked up limbs from elderly people for a star, you've done it.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Next up on the agenda is a presentation on the Henderson Community Fun Day program. Reverend Johnson and Miss Lily Pruitt.
That's a picture.
Put the slide first.
Get the slide first. All right, go ahead.
Oh, you got the slide back. Yeah.
Go ahead. Pop it online.
I don't know where it's popping.
It's up there. Go ahead.
You first? Yeah. Okay. We had served over 500 people. We passed out 310 backpacks that had school supplies and free food coupons inside. We had gave away free hot dogs, hamburgers, chips, and drinks. We had inflatable and pickleball, door prize, bikes, tablets, basketball, gift cards. Thanks to the John Kennedy Center staff, Thomas and James, the sponsors, Jersey Mike, Jimmy John, Wendy's, Seven Brewer, McDonald, Sureway South, the barbers who gave out the free haircuts, the volunteers, and my family in North Chapel Baptist Church. Thank you all. The kids and the family had a blast, and it was a great day.
Yes.
Okay. We want to thank the city commissioners, mayor, and the city for funding the support. And I think when we came to you guys here about 2 or 3 months ago with the recommendation, and this recommendation was an offspring of the inner city improvement plan that took place here about a year ago. The committee that Sister Lily and I were on, and that was one of our ideas and projects. And so a lot of great things have come out of all of those committees, and we certainly want to thank the city for supporting us on that. We want to say a special thank you. Courtney Johnson did an awesome job, and as our guest speaker to the police department, I want to go back, see Chip, I didn't know Chip had game. Chip Chip was the point guard for the sheriff department, and I didn't know Chip had game. I said, look at you, Chip. You ought to be proud of yourself. But one thing we hated was that a couple of the officers did, I think, banged their knee up, don't know the progress of them. And so we appreciate the city police as well as the sheriff department, our EMTs, our fire department, all of them, the parks and recreation. I know that she's thank you, Rodney, but we just can't thank you guys enough for all of your work and support in making this project. It was a success. It was a great day, hot day,
Yes.
but it was certainly a great day that day. We want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting that. And we want to thank the For Good community for I didn't know they were coming out, and they pulled up with a truck. And I told Mr. Duckworth, to Kyle today, I said they took everything plus the cardboard boxes as well too. And so we want to thank all of our vendors. So certainly a great day. Thank you, city, for the resources that you invested. Every nickel and dime and dollar went right on back into the community to make the day a success, and we just can't thank everybody enough. I don't think we left anybody off the list and stuff. So just thank you, folk. We're talking about do this in 27, and we let that go in one ear and out the other because it was a lot of work. And I certainly want to last but least thank Miss Lily. Miss Lily was kind of the boots on the ground for this, running around, and her and Rodney and James, and I just got on the bandwagon, and whatever she told me to do, I do. But she was passionate about this, and her idea came out of our committee meeting. So thank you, Miss Lily, for a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job that you did and coordinate this. So I'm just getting the blessing from what she did. So thank you, guys.
All right, and next up, we have a presentation from Brad Pickett and Henderson Municipal Power and Light.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. I'm not sure if there is any PDF. I have sent a couple PDFs, but I can talk through basically the evaluation if you want me to.
And I'll tell you what, it might be a good idea for me to set the stage for the evaluation too.
Sure.
So a couple of weeks ago, we had a tragic accident happen near the Dodge store. Someone was struck and died. And whenever stuff like this happens in the community, we always try to go back and evaluate that area to see if there's any improvements that we might be able to make. Even though they may not have contributed to helping in this particular situation, we always try to at least do that. And so we've asked Brad Bickett and HMP&L to take a look at the lighting and tree situation through that area, and so he's going to give us a report. Thank you, Brad.
Absolutely. So, like the mayor said, Hempel was asked to do an evaluation of the street lighting on South Green Street near the Clay Street intersection. It's an offset intersection if you're familiar with that area. We did that. We have guidelines that we established around 2017 to basically standardize the street lighting that we have across town to ensure that there's an adequate lighting and we're not putting additional lighting in certain areas and not enough in others. So the lighting that exists today, if you think about where you're at South Green Street, there was the former Save-A-Lot building, which is now Business Equipment, and the Yum Yum restaurant. We have a light there today in front of that building on the, it'd be the west side of the street, on the same side of the street as the Dodge store. So if you travel south on Green, the next light that we have is on the left side of the street at the Clay Street intersection. And again, like I said, that's an offset intersection. And then beyond that light, if you travel on down Green, the next one's before you get to the Cancun restaurant on the right. And so we want to maintain distances between street lights not to exceed 300 feet. And so the distance between the light in front of the former Save-A-Lot and the light that's at the corner of Clay and Green is about 375 feet. So we did two things. And part of this evaluation, we also verified the lights are working. So the ones that are there are working. And the Dodge store itself has lighting that is helpful for that area. So that's one of the reasons it's probably not a street light in that location. But given our policy and focus on intersections specifically, we're recommending that a street light be added at the corner, the other Clay Street intersection, which is at the corner of the Dodge store parcel, which would put the lights between the two Clay Street intersections fairly close, but it would also then reduce that distance from 375 to 285 between that light and the business equipment building or the former Save-A-Lot building. So we also looked at tree canopy. We typically, we have a tree trimming program, and we look at that on a regular basis, both for electric and fiber. Our power lines are on the Dodge store side, so there are some trees on the other side of the street, but the only thing that's over there is AT&T fiber. So, and it doesn't appear to be interfering with that light on that side of the street at the Clay Street intersection. There are no trees nearby that light. So there's nothing that, Hempel's going to do for tree trimming that would provide more visibility, but certainly there could be some additional consideration for that. But as far as Hempel goes, we, like I said, recommend adding a light there at the corner of the South Green Street and Clay. And we do street lights as part of the services that Hempel provides for the city.
Thanks, sir. And really all we need from a commission is just kind of an indication of interest to request that the street light be put in. All that Brad needs is just an email from city management and or myself that says that we want that light. Is there anybody who believes that we shouldn't do that? No. Everybody good with that? Okay, then we'll get that taken care of with Brad in short order. And then I think our city management's also taking a look at the trees to see if there's anything that we should be doing to improve visibility through there. And if there is, then we'll piggyback off the contract that we have and get that done too. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, next up we have a consent agenda.
The consent agenda contains resolution number 55-26, resolution approving a funding agreement with the Henderson Tennis Club providing $1,500 for youth recreational services and $59,519 for improvements to Doc Hausbach Tennis Complex, subject to reimbursement of $29,759.50 to the city and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. Resolution number 56-26, resolution approving agreement with the Henderson Homeless Coalition Incorporated for the enrichment of the community, and the mayor is authorized to execute agreement on behalf of the city. Resolution number 57-26, resolution authorizing the city of Henderson's application and acceptance of funding in the amount of up to $100,000 from the Kentucky Department of Rural and Municipal Aid to support eligible projects, with the requirement of a dollar-for-dollar local match, and authorizing the mayor to execute all necessary documents. Resolution number 58-26, a joint resolution of the Henderson County Fiscal Court and the City of Henderson, Kentucky, authorizing the purchase of 3048 Gordon Geneva Road and 3044 Gordon Geneva Road, Gordon, Kentucky 42406 by the Henderson City County Airport for the purchase of $140,000, and authorizing the Henderson County Judge Executive and the mayor to execute all necessary documents. And municipal order number 67-26, municipal order accepting memorandum of understanding between the Henderson County Sheriff's Office and City of Henderson through the Henderson Police Department regarding the emergency response team.
All right, before we get a motion, are there any items that any commissioner would like to pull for further discussion? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Vowles?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis? Aye. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Next up, we have a municipal order awarding a bid for a hydraulic extrication tool.
Municipal order number 68-26, municipal order authorizing the purchase of a hydraulic battery-powered combination rescue tool from P&L Rescue Services of Henderson, Kentucky, in the amount of $17,590.20.
We have a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have any comments, questions, or suggestions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Vowles?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis? Aye. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Next up, we have a municipal order awarding a bid for uniforms.
Municipal order number 69-26, municipal order awarding bid for purchase of fire department uniforms and equipment to Seagulls Corporation of Evansville, Indiana.
A motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have any comments, questions, or suggestions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Vowles?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Next up, we have a municipal order awarding a bid for a crew truck.
Municipal order number 70-26, municipal order awarding bid for purchase of one new crew truck for Henderson Municipal Gas to Kate Foppel Chevrolet, Henderson, Kentucky, in the amount of $89,523.10.
We have a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have any comments, questions, other than it being a local?
That's right.
That's right, all right. We'd like to see it when we can award business
We can do
locally.
it.
Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Vowles?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis? Aye. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. City Manager's report.
Yes, I have a couple things this afternoon, and then Assistant City Manager Buzzy Newman has a couple things as well. The first thing is kind of on a personal note. I've sent you all a couple emails today just as an FYI and an update. As many of you all know, I will be off starting on Monday for a family medical issue, and so I will still be, somewhat reachable next week, but hopefully within a couple weeks I'll be back. I just wanted to give you all a heads up that is next week, in case you don't see that in your email. The next thing I want to let you all know about, and Mayor, you might have been planning to cover this, but we actually do have need of a work session next Tuesday, and so that will be at 3 o'clock at the normal time. Buzzy Newman will be acting city manager in my absence, and if for some reason he needs to be out of the office, he will appoint somebody. I know, and I should actually take this moment and thank Chief Dixon for filling in for me. I don't think when I was originally out, we were going to have him set up here, but I appreciate him filling in, and I heard he did a good job. I went back and watched it. I went back and watched it, so thank you, Chief. I do appreciate that.
He leaned over, he said, "Can I?"
Yeah. But I just wanted to put on y'all's radars, both thing for me personally, and then the next, like I said, Tuesday. It's been a little while since we've had a work session, but we do have need of one Tuesday at 3 o'clock. And then I'd like to invite Assistant City Manager Buzzy Newman up to the podium. He's going to talk about a couple updates on a couple projects we have going on here at this city building.
The first project I want to talk about is our partnership with Henderson Water Utility and Country View subdivision drainage projects. As y'all are aware, we've had probably an ongoing 10-year commitment with them to improve drainage in that subdivision. And we all know that the work that's been done to date has been very successful. And the one thing we needed to make you aware of today is we prepare to close out our books for last year. Our expenditure to HWU for the most recent project exceeded our annual budget. But let me explain to you what has happened over at least the last 4 years. As y'all know, every year we budget about $200,000 for Country View. And what I'm going to do is talk through where we are over the past 4 years. So in 2023, we spent approximately $162,000 of the $200,000 allocation. In 24, we spent $115,000, and in 25, we only spent $79,000. So in 2026, which was the biggest project they had, we ended up, our contribution was $583,000, okay? So that will reflect as we close out our books for the year. But what I want to say to you, over those 4 years, if you take the total dollar amount divided by 4, we've only spent $235,000 per year. And we felt like we needed to tell you, because of the timing and because of the different phases and designs and when construction hits, we can't truly accurately predict when the work will show up on our books. And typically, we get invoiced when the project is over with. And that basically is what happened this year. I don't think we got our invoice well until June for the $583,000. So we need to make y'all aware of that. I do want to say that we are taking a break in this current fiscal year from Country View due to an emergency drainage project we have out off of Wathen Lane. I will tell you that it's going to be required to be designed. We'll have to get Corps and state permits to do the remediation work on a major ditch that drains basically an area that backs up to Audubon State Park. And all that drainage comes down through a ditch underneath Watson Lane, and eventually it hits the head end of Canoe Creek. So we just want to make you aware of that in case you have any questions. I will say that the work in country review is not finished. To date, between the two entities, we probably have spent close to $5 million in country review over the 10 years. So again, did we ever anticipate spending that kind of money? The answer is no, but the end result has been extremely positive. And I do not believe we've had one negative comment from a citizen who has had the work done on their streets. In addition to this, after we get the drainage work done, most of the city streets out there are being repaved afterwards. So, that subdivision should be in pretty good shape in a couple more years.
That's awesome.
So the other thing, as y'all are aware, we have relocated now our codes department, our parks department, and occupational license to the annex, which is what we call the former HMP&L building. So everybody's settled in. The only thing we have left to do is get the signage to go on the building, and we're still working through that. In the meantime, we've had to reallocate space within the building in order to accommodate our succession planning, not only for my position, but other positions. They're going to be vacated in the near future. So we are doing some renovation work on the second floor to accommodate different people in different areas. And just so you know, we're working on that. If we anticipate thinking that this budget will get blown out of proportion, we'll come back and let you know. But we don't believe it will. We do have money budgeted through Public Works to pay for it. So that's where we stand, and we'll keep you updated as time goes by.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I came in on the second floor, and there was a guy in there working, and tall guy, I don't forgot his name, but I asked, what's his name?
Pat.
And I asked him, I said, what's happening here? And he said, we're gonna put in a new, conference hall back in the back. And then he said he had a little office connected onto it. Now, my concern is when we go into executive session, that's why we're going into executive session, to be private. Why do we have a little office where somebody's going to be in there right next to us? Why is that permitted?
Well, we're trying to accommodate the staff that got dislocated out of occupational license. So with that being said, we also had our, Chelsea, what is Shay's title?
Finance manager.
Our finance manager, Shay Bridges, now is not accessible to the public. He has to walk back into the back area of finance. So she wanted to lift him upstairs, and that was about the only place we could put them. But the one thing I will say to you, when we constructed the office, we put in sound insulation in the walls, and that's something we have problems with in this building is sound transmission. So we're doing that. But not only that, we will insulate the top of his ceiling to make sure that there's no sound transmission from the conference room into his office. The other thing I want to mention is our staff meetings have outgrown the current conference room. We have opened, Dylan has opened up, I did when I was city manager. We not only invite department heads, but we invite assistant department heads and other employees who are pertinent to the information that gets conveyed to y'all. So with that being said, we have run out of room, and that's the reason for the bigger and larger conference room.
That kind of makes my point. Why don't we just take the whole thing and we be private? That way, whatever's said in there, that's why we go into executive session, so that only these people hear this before we deal with the public. If we got somebody in the office and we're saying things, then we're really not in executive session, because he's right next door.
So one thing, if I could add, so one of the things we've run into is so where the existing second floor conference room is, so we've pulled the plans. I guess this building was built in 1962, and we've made a lot.
72.
Or 72, sorry, that's correct. There's been a lot of changes made. So actually, so when you look at everything that's from the wall, so if you walk in that conference room downstairs, that wall on the right, that was a wall that was there when it was built, and then none of the rooms to the left of that were all built. So if you actually go downstairs and you look, the ceiling, the left wall of that conference room was actually built up to the ceiling and stopped. Like the ceiling grid was there first, and they took the ceiling up and stopped. And so, to your point, it's a good point, but actually this room should be more private than that, and to Buzzy's point, we quite frankly just needed an extra office. Now, I will say to your point, if we're going into executive session and we need to talk something highly confidential, and we're worried about any sound transmission, we could always ask that, we could always do it up here and put the room up here.
If we're gonna spend that kind of money to do what I seen him doing, I don't know why we didn't take that whole conference room. We got a guy sitting right here inside our room. We go down, well, it looked like maybe we'll go down a little hallway, and all that's in the back is gonna be a conference room. But he's right there. If you got the plans, we can bring them up next and look at them. Just my thing is, when we made that move, we should have just took that whole occupational for us if we're gonna go into executive session. That's the only reason why we're going to executive session, is that we're keeping it away from the public. If we got somebody in there, there's a possibility he could hear something that we don't want out until we want it out. So why would we put somebody inside our conference room just right there? Unless we have to, if that's the only room we got. But that's just my feeling. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
So that's sort of where we're at. Again, we're going to soundproof his office, so there is no sound transmission. I will tell you the area adjacent to it is occupied by IT, and right now there is a solid wall all the way up to the bottom side of the roof deck. So I think it's fair to say, Travis, can you hear anything adjacent?
When occupational was over there, if somebody was being really loud, we could hear them, but normal conversations, no.
Okay. So.
I would just wish that each councilman, y'all, when you leave here, just go look at it. And if you think that's private enough, but there's no reason going to executive session unless it's just us. If we got somebody that's hooked into our room, to me, if we talking about something serious, I think they can hear that. I don't care how you soundproof it and whatever. I just think as much money we're spending to do that, why don't we just take it off? It's just nothing but a little corner. We should have took all of that for us to make it private. But if you don't want it to be private, that's one thing. I just don't think we should have somebody right there. Because what if they do hear something and it gets out? And we're not in executive session. We're in public session. We might as well invite Vince. Ain't the right Vince? We might as well invite you in. No, I'm just joking with you. All right, that's just me.
That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
I don't have anything else this afternoon, no.
Okay. Don't you have a city attorney's report today? Commissioner comments. Commissioner Hargis.
Not today.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Well, I would just like to say that the event from the East End was probably the biggest event that's ever taken place at the JFK. Over 500 or 600 people. People got food, like you said, full food came up, and people were getting food. The kids were getting bicycles, iPads, what else I think, headphones. Everything was beautiful. Free food. It was a day that event that we planned, put that money in, give back to the East End. It's working. So I was really happy. And that's the first time that I've ever seen this many city officials show up at that event on the East End. I want to thank everybody. Almost everybody was there. So that was great. So a lot of people, when I speak about Don Kelsey as city attorney, they don't know her personally. And I introduced this Don Kelsey. See, that's in Dillon. I knew, and he's the city manager. He's running. So where's Buzzy? That was always a question, where's Buzzy? I said, he's still here. But that was great. So I just want to say I really appreciate it.
Good deal. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it. I was out of town that day, but I heard good things. Heard really good things about it. Yeah. Commissioner Bowles.
Yeah, so just a few things. So it's definitely an honor to be back, and I appreciate you all welcoming me back. So it's good to be back, and you know, you get some perspective from being away for a while, and you know, to come back to this meeting, it's been kind of a light meeting for the City Commission and my experience of some of the ones we've had in the past, but it's kind of a nice little snapshot of what the city's got going on, and you know, seeing that many police officers come in at once is a blessing for the city.
It is.
Love to see that, and glad that we're getting some good recruits in for the police. So something we always wanted to see throughout my entire tenure here is more police officers, and I hope we have more on the way too. To see Brian Williams get his 25-year service pin. Brian's you know, the true American hero success story of Henderson, I think. Him and his wife is a teacher at the high school for a long time, and now he's got 2 adult children that are professionals in Henderson and just doing absolutely incredible things, and they've got the next generation as well. So, you know, it's just a really neat thing to see him get that today. Community Fun Day in the East End event, I think that my wife actually went and helped check blood pressure for a little while. I didn't get to go because I was home with the kids, but I heard a lot of good things about it, so it's great to see the city participate in stuff like that. Country View, I know Mayor Staten and I campaigned on trying to alleviate the flooding issues in Country View back in 2016, and I think we have done that, so it's great to hear about the progress there. I know it's a lot of money spent, but just a good snapshot of a lot of stuff going on in the city. I'm really proud to see it and happy to be back on the team and working with you all. So look forward to it. If anybody needs anything, please reach out. Happy to talk with anybody and help any way I can. Thanks.
Thank you.
Commissioner Thomas.
No, just welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. I've got just 2 quick things. Wanted to piggyback off what you just said about Country View. Just to put it in perspective, back in 2016, I remember knocking on doors out of Country View and spoke with a lady, and I can't remember exactly which house she lived in or what her name was. But told her who I was, said I'm running for City Commission, appreciate your vote, and I handed her a piece of paper, and a piece of paper said I wanted to be a part of working on the Country View flooding issues. And she looked at me and she laughed at me, and it was very cynical, you know, and it was eye-opening. And I asked her why she was laughing, and she said, you know, they've been coming out my house for decades and telling me they wanted to work on this flooding issue, and nobody ever does anything, and so I don't know why you expect me to believe you. And stuff like that sticks with you.
That's right.
And so I'm extra proud that city management and the water department, the city commission, and everybody has done this over the last 10 years. You know, the people in that neighborhood were asking for our help for a long time. We're giving them their help, and it's a very important thing, and it's very core to their happiness. You know, flooding and drainage issues are something that shouldn't be an issue that people have to overcome on a daily basis or every time it sprinkles. And so I'm really happy to see that. And then the other thing I wanted to let you guys know is after the work session next Tuesday, we're still firming up the time and location. But we're going to, I'm going to have a meeting with the folks out in the new Jago neighborhood behind Walmart. And the reason why we're having that meeting is because the next Planning Commission meeting, we're looking to rezone the retail property that the city owns. Currently it's PUD, and we're looking to rezone to highway commercial. And it's for a number of good reasons, and the folks in that neighborhood have just been asking for a little bit more information. And they've been asking to make sure that their voices are heard. And so if any of you guys want to come out to that meeting, you're welcome. I'll make sure that you guys know when the time and location is for that meeting. Other than that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.